Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to bring you another monthly reading for Aquarius. This is for February 2023 when I'm doing this reading. Looking for the special messages for Aquarius for the month of February 2024. Thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe. Okay. We have focus messages coming to you, or the focus on work, new work, looking for work. We have the 5 of Wands broken up with the 7 of Wands. So we have taking relationships to a next level, of a higher level, whether it is within the self, struggling with what we believe in, what we want to uphold as integrity goes, having a conversation, passionate creativity, wanting to have that relationship, wanting to talk about it. We have the King of Swords with the 5 of Cups, the King of Pentacles. So it's a regret and wanting to be honest about those regrets, having those regrets. Another 5, we seem to be working through what we call, I wouldn't say what we call, but what we know as what love means to us and what we want out of the love that we have or that we have experienced. There is a victory, or there is the wanting for attention in love. We're looking for that attention. Wanting to have that relationship, wanting to focus. It's a lot of that wanting going on. Again, it's the 5s, so it's change and that desire to move forward, pivoting on that decision-making process. Well, this isn't coming in, so I'm going to do that instead. If that's what you feel, if it is that you are just changing the process of how you work through your relationships, you're looking for understanding, you're looking for justice, you're looking for a sense of direction. Should I stay? Should I go? You're being guided, whether it is to stay or to go, but somebody wants to have a reconciliation, meaning that they want to come back, and there is justice in this. Again, it's following that intuition and making a change, but doing it slowly, patiently, bringing things back into balance. Again, wanting and recognizing change. I have a friend with me, and you have to let me be. Go on. There is a reconciliation coming towards you, Aquarius. Or at least you want to have a reconciliation for disappointments because you're not on speaking terms with someone and you want to change that. There's a lot going on February. I'm doing this on the 10th, so it's right in line with the full moon. Let's see how that works out for you. Well, we have the intuition going inward or coming out of being alone, stepping away from the darkness, bringing into the light with it an adventure, following the intuition to have the adventure. I thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe and protecting me and keeping me safe. Well, the layout hasn't changed, not just yet, but I do feel that change coming. Until then, we're still using the 3 lines. The first one, as you know, is all about you. And if it is not you, Aquarius, and it is the cross watcher, you place yourself where you feel more comfortable with the reading. The second line is the next person, people you deal with, whether it's colleagues, friends, people you don't know, cross your path. The third line is the outcome of the read. Let's see. I just want to make sure everything's lined up. It looked good when I was setting it up. see how this plays out. Okay. So we start off at the bottom of the deck. We have the Two of Swords. So it's a holding back or an indecision or a sense of denial, depending on your situation. And we have the Six of Swords. So looking for peace and holding back, or looking for peace within to find that decision, to make the decision, going inward to get to making the decision. That brings us to the Eight of Swords, where it's a mindset that is changing. It's doing it slowly too, with patience, because we have our Seven of Pentacles here and the Devil. So there is an ego attached to the Emperor, who seems to either be alone or wanting to move on and share, having that leadership quality. Either way, there is a blockage here, and it is brought to stalemate. So something is not happening. Could be that there is not just an ego, but what comes with it. So that control, that sense of control, is overly indulged or is being blocked because we're wanting to be patient and have a peaceful outcome to a situation that seems to be overwrought with ego. There is see that abundance here. Again, we're looking for healing, going within, having left or wanting to leave a situation. Not sure if we should. Again, turns out that we have to decide. We still haven't decided if we're moving on, if we're staying, how we are going to work through this. We need to see where the indulgence is in leadership or in an ego. It could be anger. It could be tempering the anger, because we see that here with the 14. We're tempering something. Could be that we're opening up and not being selfish with our feelings or with what we have as what we call abundance, to share the wealth. We're not wanting to, or we are holding back because we want to wait to see how things play out with a certain person or with certain people attached to this abundance. Again, there is either denial, or there is uncertainty, or we're holding back from speaking because we want peace. And of course, we're wanting to change the way we see or present or are projected towards a person or certain people. We want to change that, or change someone's mind about how they reflect or view an attitude, in particular with a person or groups of people. Either way, it's working out or working on what you are going through or what you've been through, looking back. You're looking into, you're looking backwards, you're looking forwards, you're checking which way to go and how you want to do it. Starting off with the Hermit. See, it's a question of putting things into perspective. And that's with the broken 8 here, to change that perspective. Right away, I see we have a Tower toward the end of this read. So that would bring in the changes that seems to be causing the denial or the holding back. Aquarius. Messages are coming really quickly and I can't speak as fast as I'd like to. Let's see if I can tone it down a little bit here. So the first line we see is it's about Aquarius in itself, or it is not you, Aquarius, it is the next person. Again, you place yourself in the second line if you are not Aquarius, or even if you are feeling more prone to the read and you see Aquarius in the second line, that is your situation. But the overall read will start with Aquarius. So if it is not you cross watcher, you are looking at Aquarius, and then you will decide if you put yourself in the second line. See, here we have the wanting to reconcile within the self before with anyone else. And this hermit here has gone within to see and find the love within and fill up on what is worth the time and effort for you, Aquarius, what you want, what you love about yourself. You're looking to resurrect how you feel about life in general. You just want to be a part of this, but you can't. You have to go and relax. I have a companion for a while. Knows I'm on camera here and wants to be a part of it, and you can't. Okay. Creating a distraction. Okay. This Eight of Wands is where that communication will come in about having that love, or wanting to talk about love, or wanting to have that connection, that spiritual connection with love, that opening up to unconditional love is where this wants to bring us, because what you've been through it's been dark and alone and being taken away from what you do love, and you want to come back to it. So you're looking for the way to get through, and you will find it, because this is the last card on this line here. And the 8 is just that, looking to sacrifice, giving up something to have that love. But you have to go in and find it. You have to go in within and see what you have done or what the next person has done. And this again is pertaining to you, Aquarius. So you have gone inward. You have gone in to see what it is about your love that you want to express, that you can express, that you feel you can, that you're given that. Coming down here, we see that there is a conversation that wants to happen. Going across, we see the Queen of Wands. So this is your determination, wanting to share, wanting to change, wanting to move forward and have a change come. It seems to be that you're feeling stagnated, and you're determined to break that sense of stagnation. See here, that's mindset. You're changing the mindset. You're determined. You want to see and move forward and having that mindset change. And here we see the 8 becomes the 9. So you're determined to break free of the anxiety, because you see here the Queen with the 8 and the Knight of Swords. It is a broken 9, but the aggressivity here and the determination here is as if you want to get into a fight. But that again is to change the mindset. It's because you want to fight for what you believe in. You want to fight for what you love, because it is all pertaining to love, for an offer here. That is for an ending. Our Queen here sees her way to moving forward and putting an end to a cycle. But it's not just putting an end to a cycle. It is understanding it. It's coming through with that understanding of what true love really is about. And what you truly love, not just to know what love is, but to end with understanding, to end with changing the mindset, to end with truth about what it is you really want. Because here we have the Knight of Wands caught in the middle of all of this, determined to have a good time and wanting to make a change, have a new beginning. First off, you need to end the cycle. This is where the new beginning will come, in ending the cycle, having the truth come out. This is where the Tower will come down, where we have the Hermit with the Knight of Wands and the Tower, showing that there is a change in the way we view solitude, in the way that we view loneliness, in the way that we view knowledge and understanding about what love is. Because it is a question of making change. Here we see the Sun with our Three of Wands. So we know that we want to share in that honesty. We want to have a new adventure. We want to learn more about what is the truth. We want to bring forward that truth and create change. Because the Tower in itself is the result of the truth and wanting to make change and being determined to have a good time with the changes that will come. And we see here we have Aquarius, your honesty, you're wanting to speak the truth. Whatever it is that you've gone within to learn about yourself, you want to share that. And you are it brings out what you want to share. That truth is coming into clarity of understanding the confusion in the mind about love and having a good time and wanting to share that and wanting to be clear about what it is you really want, and then being able to speak about it and not holding back anymore. Because here we have the Three of Swords talking about disappointment and healing that disappointment and all the truth that could come from the disappointment. Again, it is a broken three, so it is going to be difficult to have that conversation. Even though we have clarity here, it is a question of approach and having change, talking about change, because the devil, sorry, not the devil, but the devil may show. Oh, we did see the devil, and I think the devil is here. It's right here. That's it. So that indulgence and holding on to what you've invested in to find peace and have that conversation. See, this is where the Tower will come down so that you'll be able to speak, because it is after the Tower comes down that we have conversation. So for February, Aquarius, conversation is on the table. We are looking at the full moon for that clarity and that practicality that comes with healing, with the Virgo moon that's coming up. So let's see where this will take us. What is this Hermit representing for Aquarius? A new start, wanting to begin again, wanting to come out of the shadows and the loneliness and the understanding and the inward seeking. We want to come out of that. We want to start something new because of being in that darkness, in that understanding. We have, this is the Strength card. So we want to move forward and have that courage. And this is all high arcana we're looking at here. And nothing here is on our level. So this is all Spirit's work. This is Spirit guiding the knowledge, the understanding, that level, that higher level of commitment, that judgment call that is going to be a fresh start with courage, wanting to move forward with marriage for some of you. For others, it is an understanding. It is the ability to go forward and seek what it is you want, really going after what you want, because that new start is that leap of faith where you will have the courage to step forward and make the changes and have that long-term happiness that you really want. This is guided. None of this is our doing here. See, we want to heal. We want to make it clear that what we want, because we have many things to choose from. It's not just one thing. We've gone in deep within to look at everything in our lives and realize that we have many choices, many options for that long-term happiness. It's not just for one thing. It's not just for love and marriage. It is for what we truly want to celebrate in our lives. And having that understanding and healing, having that courage to stand up and continue the fight, even though we feel that we have been broken. Truth is going to come out. Yeah, and that's what you're going to do here. Either you or someone will be speaking their truth to you. But this is about healing. Again, it ends on a 9. So it is healing within, so we can have healing come outward. Maybe you want to look into more of that process of healing and helping others heal at the same time, because you're using your love and you're taking what you know to the next level, because you are determined to have that healing happen. It is with another It has to be, because it's not just about your own pain and suffering. Aquarius, you want to share. This is why it's all the high arcana. Because you want to share that. You want to be able to step out with the courage, with all the knowledge that you've gained from going within and being quiet, so that you can have that change come easily to bring you to that long-term stability that you really want. Because you have to choose. You see, you have to make a choice, and you understand that. That's what this Hierophant is all about. For others, it is for choosing to marry, choosing the one, or having the courage to approach that person and say, this, I want to do this, and I'm willing to go that extra mile with you. Courage, Aquarius, courage. Just put it to your situation. Let's see, what is this Three of Wands representing? We have, again, the focus. So changing the mindset, changing the way you are moving because of the determination within you. That, again, because of your silence, because of going into the darkness and looking into what you feel you need to change in your life, you're bringing it forward now. You're focused. You know what you want. Again, it's another knave. So it's fresh ideas, fresh understanding, fresh, everything new. Having gone and looked into what is truth for you. With the Nine of Cups, you want to get that satisfaction. And there is an offer that either you will make or you will have come to you, because you want to reconcile. You want to get the satisfaction with your 10th cup and have that happiness and celebrate. Again, it is all to fix and heal. It is to heal disappointments that you've been through, because it is but the 3. We started on the 3, we end on the 3 with this. And there it is. That pivot that you make here, to take what you have understood and learned from and take it to the next level. It is either to create work, or to create a new sense of structure that you want to follow. You want to focus on building something, and then you want to have the truth follow you. You want to bring in the truth. You want to have that satisfaction. You want to be honest about what is really satisfied with, and then have your 10th cup, make that proposal. You really do want to go forward, and you will, because it will be accepted if you speak the truth with that Ace of Swords. You want to have that reconciliation, make that commitment. You're committed to reconciling, in other words, which will bring in that mindset, to change the mindset and bring down the Tower. Let's see, just for fun, let's just jump into, what is this 8 of Swords representing? The disappointment, you see? It is all connected here with this Ace of Swords wanting to create that possibility. Again, that 9 of Swords brings in that ending of a cycle. We want to end that worry. We want to put aside all of that suffering that we've caused or created within ourselves, or that someone else has caused upon us. We want to heal that. We want to talk about it, or we don't want to talk about it, and then push it aside to end the cycle. But there's too much truth here, and maybe that is the case for some, where there is too much truth, where they cannot speak because there is too much truth. But either way, the King of Swords will make that decision, will have that discerning quality come forward because of the reconciliation that you know you need to make, or that you want to make. Either way, there is conversation that will bring down the Tower, talking about the regrets and having that justice. Again, with the slow work through the processing of following the intuition and being abundant and having that positive reaction with conversation to bring things back into balance. See, that's the confusion we got going on in the mind. We want to talk about this disappointment, or we don't, depending on the situation. This can reflect off of you, Aquarius, or this can reflect off the next person. Whether they want to talk about the disappointment, or not. See, that is where the karmic connection is. Either way, you are connected. And there is a lot of intuition going around this discussion, whether to speak of it or not. But you know, and they know, if it is not you, that it is the only way to bring things back into balance is to have the conversation and speak their truth about the regrets. It's the only way to heal, is to bring it out. You can't just think about it and it'll go away. It just festers in the mind even more. But then that is where the determination is, to have the conversation. And at the end of the day, there will be one. The deck just cracked open onto the Six of Wands. And that is telling us that there is either a victory to be had, or we are looking to speak to someone. Again, with the Seven of Wands, we're fighting off, or we're fighting for. We're manifesting, if that is the case, that we want to have a victory in a passionate conversation. Could be dealing with the ego in a lot of sense here. Okay, let's take a look at the Knight of Wands. See what that's all about. Again, it's the Seven of Swords. So we're looking to plan, and we're planning some form of strategy to bring an end to this cycle. It doesn't seem to want to end, because we're plotting, scheming, or we're looking to have a good time, and we want to use our love to open up for that. We're planning. There's a plan here. Plan to move on. Plan to bring things into balance. Bring in the clarity. There is some form of a plan here. There is passion involved, whether it is conversation or creativity, wanting to build. Again, we have the three of Wands sitting at the top here, where we want to make change. We want to see change. We want to understand. See, we want to understand that what we want is to move forward, because it comes in line here with this Eight of Wands. It's very passionate too, because we want to move forward, and the only way to move forward is to have that desire to move forward. Building up the momentum, wanting to pay out or get even with someone. Again, it doesn't feel like a malicious intent, that Seven of Swords, even though it does bring in that sneaking around and being the player type. It doesn't feel like that so much. It just brings in that desire for change and wanting to have fun with the changes, making new plans, getting that balance come back in again. It is the Six of Pentacles. Either you will pay out, or you will earn, you will receive. Again, it is working on the details by the moon. For a relationship to go to a higher level and have that determination to take it there with deliberation, whether it is with yourself, within yourself, or with another person. And because it's all falling in the second line, I would be brave enough to say that it is with another person. We also have this Queen of Wands showing with the Knight of Wands that there is one that is above the other. That you, Aquarius, are above the next person. And it is not to say that it is an ego. It is in your progressing through life, where you have acquired either the knowledge or the experience in life, where you are ahead of the next person that you're dealing with, and you want them to rise above. You want them to do the work and change. But again, I can also see here that this is an attempt to have reciprocity brought in, making things even again. There's planning here. Planning and changing the plan. So we have a plan, and then we change the plan because we want to pay back, or we want to get even for work that was done and that is still being done. But it is all hidden. So take it as it resonates. If you don't trust someone, because again, this card seems that we have a sense of distrust here. Things are out of balance with the next person and we want to bring it back, but we don't trust that it is so. So we're changing the plan in order to have that reciprocity, in order to take advantage or to make things even again. But it is more of the advantage was already taken and we want to bring it back into balance. So we're working hard and we're looking at the details here are hidden. Spirit is not letting us see more because it is work that is in process. But again, it is to either the next person is trying to make amends with you because they are beneath you. And they're trying to reach up to your level. They want to give you their love. They want to show you that their love is worthy. They want to come out with that victory. They want to end the cycle, or if it is you that wants to end the cycle. All right, let's take a look and see where this World card. Actually, we'll start with the 8 because it'll make sense on the determination here. Because again, this is you, Aquarius. Wanting that long term. Wanting to change. Wanting to have that understanding be clear in the mind that this is what I want. You will not have less. But you want someone to either choose or you want to make the choice and heal the situation. So let's see what this Eight of Wands is all about. Oh, look at that. Following the intuition, knowing what needs to be sacrificed, knowing that something does need to be sacrificed, giving up on the anxiety or going deeper into that anxiety to understand what it is that needs to be let go of, and having that clear understanding of being on the same level, being on the same page. This is where the next person that you're dealing with has to do the work so that you can now come out on the same page and have that equal give and take, because that is what is determined to happen here. Either they're going to push away or you are going to push away from it, but you're going to stand in that leadership role, that determination, or it will be the ego in itself where you will be fighting. You'll have that deliberation either with the next person or with yourself. But it is for that unconditional love here, where we have the Queen of Cups who is open and wanting that victory. You see, it is a discussion. It is about love. It's really all about how you feel, what it is you're feeling, and being able to determine where it will go, where you want to go, knowing where you want to take this. This is where that deliberation comes in. But then the leadership in itself here. This is either an ego, but I don't see so much of an ego, but more of standing in the integrity and taking on that leadership role because you know what you love and you know what you want and you're determined to stand. You're determined to stand in the choice that you make and heal because you know what you want. You're not afraid to show. You're not afraid to say, well, regardless if it works for the next person or not, it works for you, and that is the most important thing because you're taking charge of your life. And the arguments, whether it is within or with others, you know what you want because it is boiled down to that Queen of Cups in the end where it is all for love, being open. The argument is in itself being open. To be open, in other words. See what this World card represents. The Wheel of Fortune. So it's a question of timing. Again, it is divinely guided because we have the High Arcana leading this here with the focus, the star here shows the destiny is calling. So whatever it is the Spirit is not letting us see here today, it will come into fruition by the moon, which of course would be the moon in Virgo. But then that doesn't mean it's going to end there. It may just be the start where you are able to express that determination and express how you feel and to be open and have that victory for a passionate creativity of new start. We use that because that's what she wants. This Queen of Wands here is representative of that futuristic mindset where I want to keep going forward. I want to see the progress, and that is where you'll be able to talk about it and be victorious. Again, the Seven of Wands, standing in the integrity and having that openness to love, being in that unconditional state of that unconditional love, and having that state of mind, and holding on to it and not letting go because you are passionate about it. It is really going forward with what you want. It's very positive, this reading, because it is a question of being focused on what is to be said, and that truth, that clarity, and having the words come. Being able to pick the right moment is where this card shows up. And we've seen the High Priestess following the intuition, going in and examining the anxiety. It's all coming to fruition, because at the end of the day, it is the Eight of Wands. And that is very, very strong and very determined and very, very, very passionate. Not just in physicality, but the desire to continue, the desire to go forward and have that love. Reach out for it, that determination. You're not going to stop until I get what I want. But we did see the Nine of Cups with the satisfaction that will be had. Not here, but we see the Empress. Again, it is a karmic situation that needs to come back into balance. Whether you're dealing with third person situations, there is a regret for that. And this is where the disappointment may have occurred. And this is what is being addressed to be brought back into balance. I think it was in here we saw the Nine of Cups. See, for that satisfaction, for a commitment and a reconciliation. This is what is really wanted. Whether it is in work or in love, or just with people in general, family members and friendships. You put it to your situation, Aquarius. It's very positive, because the Tower coming down will shift everything. So let's take a few cards. What is this Tower? Again, it is for the memory. So we're breaking down everything that doesn't serve us anymore, and we're remembering what our love is, or what love meant to us, and what we want to have come from it, because that is what is going to bring down the Tower. It is the love. It is for the love that we make the changes. Again, this King of Wands here is really leading the process of caring for everyone involved, and wanting to make sure that there is a fair deal, which brings us back to that Six of Pentacles. I think it was here, Six of Pentacles. Right here. Yeah. You see, for that fairness to come in, that is the whole point. That is what is being worked on, to have a fair deal. Again, it could be relating to where you work, and this is the second line. So to either make sure that your work is passionate, maybe you're planning on leaving a position or going into another position, or leaving the company where you work. You want to change the type of work that you do for more money because of the work that you do. Again, it is hidden from us. So Spirit is allowing for that element of surprise. Again, with the Tower and the King. So we're coming back here to see that this King of Wands is healing. He's not speaking. Or maybe that is the point, that not being able to speak because of all of what that truth was. When I said earlier, it's too much truth to be spoken, so there won't be a conversation. Or the third party situation is too much, and we don't want to talk about it in some cases. Again, we can always say that at the back end of this is a question of continuing with a third party, or wanting to have a third party. Again, this is outside of you, Aquarius, if it's not the cross watcher looking at this, seeing yourself here and putting Aquarius here. You decide. But there is some There is some way here where the Tower will come down because of love. This king is going into passive state where he would speak passionately. He's holding back. And that in itself will bring down the Tower and put things into stalemate. Okay, I'm not going too far in because it's going to get complicated. Again, it's a question of denial. It's a question of holding back. It's a question of picking the right moment to bring down that Tower. Not speaking and being held in a position of taking a bird's eye view, because you need to look at things differently, is going to bring down Tower. Because remember, the Tower is coming down, and these are all the things that make it so, which is the desire of this king, his memories of love, his wanting to heal conversation, his wanting to pull back and not speak, him wanting to put things in a stalemate where he himself is being kept back by the Tower coming down because of this third party situation coming to a stalemate. You see, the 3 becomes the 4 here. Wanting that commitment for reconciliation and conversation will change the perspective. Again, bringing down the Tower. No matter what we do, it is all for love that this is happening. So speaking or not speaking, for some, I mean, you pick it. You pick the one that suits you. If you're ready to speak, then the Tower will come down. And if you don't speak, the Tower is still going to come down. Because when Spirit decides to put things on a hold, again, we have the devil here. Again, this is that ego, that leadership, that wanting, that greed, having more than you need, being backed up by experience. Again, it's all different scenarios playing out. So it is experience, it is having more money than you know what to do with, and then using it to hurt the next person, or not having enough money and wanting, working hard at acquiring, and then having acquired, you're overindulging because of the greed that's brought to you, or not brought to you, but in your mindset where, and again, this is where that mindset needs to change, because conversation needs to be had. And if it's not spoken, then the Tower will still come down and change will still happen regardless. And what you thought would come into fruition will just dissolve because the lack of working things out. Wanting to hold on to a third party will dissolve the other relationship. You'll have the third party, but you'll lose the other relationship. That's what this looks like here for some. Reflecting off of the devil with that Tower. And then peace will happen regardless. The peace will just happen, and it will not be spoken of. Or you'll move on and stay in denial with the third party. I mean, and I say you, it may not be you, it may be the next person, because it is related to the second line. Again, we'll just go back there, where the karmic situation with the third party is there. But then we're also looking at regretting this situation and working through the justice, following the intuition to bring things back into balance. As well as we can say, we want to keep the third party and keep things out of balance. But that is not going to be, the victory in this is going to be the Tower coming down, whether it is for lack of or overindulgence. So let's take a look at the last card. What is this ace? Sorry, the ace. We have the ace, we have the sun, we have the knight. So we know that the truth is in the victory. We know that the truth is in the clarity and opening up and understanding and sharing. And we know that the truth is in the spoken word. So we have a lot of truth coming here. So what does this Knight of Swords represent? The burden is being put down. It is being spoken of. It is that mind game situation, or taking advantage of the next person, having to stop that, wanting to stop that, manifesting a new commitment, the possibility, again, with another 10 of Swords here, putting things to an end, where you end that the offer, that new beginning can only happen if we speak the truth. And having more than spoken the truth, because we're letting it all out, brings an end of a cycle. It's all going through that focus, that sense of lack, that commitment, wanting to be in a relationship with the Queen here will end the cycle, having a second chance. We're going to be talking about all of that, or at least you will if it's not the next person. But you need to pick the right moment, and because we have the 2 tens here, it does mean that it's all coming out now. Because of this Tower, that positioning, that stalemate is just going to be released in the conversation about the burden and the mind games and manipulation for commitment, and then the final betrayal with all the truth. Well, Aquarius, seems to be very straightforward. Lots of conversation going to happen for you between the new moon and full moon, because it is in the moon phase that we are in the new moon now. And then that full moon coming up in Virgo will show you whether you will be the one speaking or they will be the one speaking, because someone else is going to be talking if it is not you. We'll take an oracle, because this final betrayal seems to be the crux of everything here, at least for your relationship, whether it is at work or family or your lover or the loved ones around you, people you call friends, acquaintances. Oh, we have serendipity. So we see that it's all connected. All the signs and the signs that you're going to see, if you haven't seen them already, they're coming in. They're coming towards you. Again, there's a stalemate here to keep us in check and make us see what needs to be seen and know through our healing, because that is what this is. It is in the determination to heal something, either the relationship, the marriage, or to change your life direction, or all of the above. You want to do that in synchronicity, and that is what is happening with the Tower coming down and our Knight of Swords. That card was handed out by Spirit, so we will just look at that as an overall of this read. I will read it though, but I thank you, Spirit, for helping us understand predicaments, what needs to be spoken, what doesn't need to be spoken. For some, you do need to speak. For others, it's a question of not speaking and moving on. But getting some form of closure is the goal here, because that is why it ends on the Knight of Swords, because he wants to have closure. He wants to speak it out, or at least get the truth. Thank you, Spirit. What is the oracle message for this read for Aquarius, February 2024? And we have time to go. So there it is. Either the culmination here for an ending of a relationship for some, and finding out all the truth, taking that relationship to another level, evolving and learning and forgiving and understanding. Because remember, there is an openness to love here. It's unconditional. So let's start with the serendipity. And we'll read the protection on that. And that is the 18, again, with the moon. So it's hidden. Spirit is bringing us to the light when we see this. Opportunity, allied with readiness. The awareness of synchronicity, luck, and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols. A magical alignment of events. So things that you have experienced. Again, going back to the Hermit. Going back to the Hermit, we understand. We know, we've gone within, we've found out all the information that we need. Now we're stepping out into the light and bringing all that information out, because we have a victory here. It is a question of having someone either come and tell you the truth or you speaking it out because of the clarity. The opportunity is yours, Aquarius. You just need to reach out and take it. And we look at the protection on that. Perhaps you felt almost certain that serendipitous events were meant to lead to something better. It was supposed to be the perfect business, or that person you gave your heart to was supposed to be the one. Yet it all fell apart. Consider this. Sometimes synchronicity and serendipity come together to lead you directly into difficulties in order to deliver an important lesson you need to learn before you hit the jackpot. Don't get caught up in the drama of disappointment. There really is a silver lining in this cloud. Spirit always knows what you need and is guiding you to where you're meant to go. Pay attention to the signs presented to you. Again, go back into where you were. You have already gone in and seen and understood, and the hurt that you may have experienced through the betrayals, because you've had quite a few, pertaining to relationships. And that I don't trust is the lesson that Spirit wants you to learn, that you need to be more discerning. That Ace of Swords, that King of Swords, he has that discernment quality. He's very strong with it. He knows the truth, and he'll only have the truth spoken. Again, with the Queen of Wands, where she's determined because she knows what she wants. She wants to celebrate life. She wants to be in a relationship. She wants to go forward and speak her truth so she can have the clarity of a good relationship. It's all of that. It's all connected. So let's see what is time to go. Number 45. And you're understanding where you stand with the next person. Remember when I said the Queen of Wands with the Knight of Wands, she is above, she has overcome, she has understood where her integrity lies and where the next person, that Knight of Wands, where his integrity lies. If it is, you take the role of the male or the female, as you will. But it is understood that you are above, that you need to keep moving forward. You can't lower your standards. Once you see something, you can't unsee it. So let's see, 45. Again, it's a 9. So where we were before the 45 would have been at the 44. I'm still in the 30s. The 44 was thinking a lot. Strategy, being analytical and logical. So wanting to understand and figure out, thinking about things. And look at the oracle message on that. Well, no, this is the card before. So it's the 45. So we were thinking and planning and plotting and scheming. And it didn't seem to pan out. Because now it's time to go. Endings, completion, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or experience. This is why you are above the next person, that Knight of Wands, because you have acquired more knowledge and understanding, and you can learn nothing more from someone who knows less than you. We'll look at the oracle message. You are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is the moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to new experiences and a new way of being. There is nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move on, even if you need to be in transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you. And here it is, the 16, all that glitters. And what comes after that? That peace that you're searching for. Because once the mask is peeled away, the light, the truth, the clarity, the understanding is fresh and it's in your face. You cannot deny. And the 16 is that tower coming down. Again, the truth, It's all about the truth. Standing in it. Better you stand in it than have that tower crash on you in a rude awakening, and then your heart is broken all over again. So all that glitters. Here it is, a need to see beyond the superficial, the desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise its true nature, trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkly new thing, being mercurial. So chasing that false dream, having the perfect life. Spirit said, no, it's not for you, whatever that was. And now we have to see the mask. So we look at the relationship on that because it is pertaining to relationships. Sometimes we try to become something we're not to impress others. We embellish a story a bit, adding some dramatic elements to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and shine. Then there are times when we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz and glamour that seem to so desirable. Now is the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to the essence of a person. Who that person is, not what he or she has or can give you, is important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes of your heart. Let go of artifice and let what is authentic shine. So if it is that you are in a dilemma here on whether you should or should not make a reconciliation with someone, you need to look further than what they look like or how they present themselves, into what their truth really is. And you would know that if you've spent any real time with them, to see beyond that mask. Because what does glitter is not always gold. On that note, I thank you for showing up, for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until our next read, Aquarius, love and light.